Hi there. Now it's time to rest. It's Will here, and it's time for Soundabouts, Goodnight Songs and Stories. I'm going to be carrying on with our song, The Musicians of Bremen. And on Monday, we met a donkey called Angus and a dog called Rosie, who thought they were fantastic musicians. So we're heading to the town of Bremen to showcase their music. Angus thought he sounded like this. He did not. Maybe you've got a donkey sound. Rosie, the dog, thought she sounded like this. Ruff, 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 ruff. She did not. Have you got a dog sound? She sounded a bit more like this. Rosie and Angus were walking. Rosie and Angus were walking to Bremen. Rosie and Angus were walking to Bremen. Soon they met another animal on the road. This time it was a cat with very long whiskers and a fluffy coat. The cat, whose name was Reggie, was humming a little song in his throat as Rosie and Angus arrived. To those two animals, it was the most beautiful song they had ever heard. What they heard was this. You are the most wonderful musician, said Rosie and Angus together when Reggie the cat had finished singing. That was the most beautiful humming I've ever heard. Would you like to join our band? Asked Rosie shyly. I'm glad that Angus and Rosie like Reggie the cat singing, because if you could have heard it, it would have sounded a bit more like this. Meow, meow, meow. Have you got any cat sounds you can make? Reggie was ever so pleased to be asked to join the band. He said straight away, and all three animals kept walking down the road, singing happily together. Of course, they thought they sounded like this. Ruff, 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 ruff. They did not sound like this. If you could have heard it, it would have sounded a bit more like this. Reggie was ever so pleased to be asked to join the band. He said yes straight away, and all three animals kept walking down the road, singing happily together. Of course, they didn't sound quite how they thought. Can you make some noises? Some animal noises? The way you think they might hear? Meow. Some screechy cat sounds? Some ee-haw, high and low sounds? Or some dog sounds? Oh. I wonder what the city of Bremen was going to make of its two, nay three, newest musicians. Now the day had been long and the animals were tired, so they stopped in a forest to sleep for the night. But before they could go to sleep, they were surprised by a bright light shining through the forest. Maybe there's a stage in the forest and there's a show on, said Angus. Let's go and see, said Rosie. They might let us perform. So they walked. Let's walk together. Use a drum or maybe gently tap knees or feet as we walk through the forest to find this stage. They got quite excited, so they went a bit faster and a bit faster than that and a bit faster than that, and suddenly they were near the light. It wasn't a stage, but a house. I'm going to finish that story on Friday. And before we go, going to sing our lullaby about the moon and the stars. Here we go. The moon has been a-rising, the stars in golden guising adorn the heavens bright. The wood stands still in shadows, and from the meads and meadows lift whitish mists into the night. Now it's time to rest.